Hey guys, what's going on? Feels like it's been a while, which it probably has, but kind of by intention, but good to be back. Hope you guys are all doing well. It is Wednesday at 4:51. I was able to get out a couple minutes early, which is nice. Good day at the office. And yeah, it's we're into December now, so temperatures are starting to drop a little more. Weather's starting to change. Getting into the very merry and jolly and seasonal holiday times, which is always really cool. Always one of my favorite times of the year, on top of every other time of the year. But this one is, in its own unique way, very nice as well. So yeah, all is well with me. Again, I know it's been a while since I last made one of these. I'm kind of implementing new changes in my life. Some of them are kind of purposeful. They're put there with intent, and other changes are more kind of maybe like accidental or coincidental, if you want to label it as that. I know if you ask me, I don't really think that things are coincidental or accidental. I think that they're all everything's all there with a deeper purpose and meaning. It's just for you to kind of realize and kind of play with, So see it. It's been pretty cool. I know. Again, it's been a break in videos, so please forgive me if I'm a little rusty. Again, it has been a handful of days, but I think it's been cool that. Hard to read the traffic a little bit because it's dark, but what was I saying? Hey, I said that I'm gonna pump the brakes a little bit on the videos, slow them down a little more to, say make videos when I have good thoughts or just a single very good, very impactful thought that I would be happy to share with you guys, and I think would impact you guys greatly. Yeah, today was one of those days where nothing really too major jumped out, but I had a lot of small good thoughts. So I figured I'd come out of the cave a little bit, show my face, and make one of these videos. Again, it has been weird, not making a video like this, and for me, what feels like a while. It was nice, being able to get away a little bit, kind of reset, gain composure, see how I felt with it all, because this is all just a little experimental phase, but feels good to be back. So, I'll keep with the theme of, just making videos whenever I feel like I truly have something meaningful to give to you guys, whether they be a bunch of good small thoughts or one big major thought. I'm gonna stick with this for a little bit until I feel that it's time to make some more change, and I'll adjust from there. So that's the plan. But again, I've been going through some changes, some that I've implemented and others that life has implemented for me, but it's all been good stuff, getting to see things differently, and really getting to learn and to grow from it all. So it's all really cool stuff. Like, for example, yesterday I worked in the city office for my company, And it was really cool. You know, I took part in this special program that my company offered to employees. Had me working in the city for the day, and it's really cool, you know, just going from working in a suburban town with a quieter office to, you know, working in a pretty major, pretty busy city. It's a change of pace, but for me, even though I might say I prefer the smaller, quieter, more low-key kind of location, it is a very nice change of pace to you know, to work in the city. So it was cool, you know, getting to work in the city in the times of the holidays, and just being around a bunch of different people and environments, and really an entirely different culture in a way. It was really cool. Kind of refreshes the mind. I notice a lot of things that are different, and I take note of them, and I make the most of them. And, you know, here I am making these videos, talking to you guys about it. I'm gonna try to move forward a little bit. Car behind me is big and it's kind of blinding the view, but yeah, so working in the city was cool, you know, just saw a lot of different things, experienced a lot of different things that, you know, brought a lot of different kind of thoughts and feelings, which is really cool. You know, it was cool because yesterday at the city's office, I got to hang out with a lot of the senior leaders of, say, the branch of the company that I work for, and the branch that I work in. I was able to be around a lot of not only new people, but also a lot of more senior leaders and higher ups, which was really cool because, you know, they have much more experience than I do, you know, within the company industry, and you know, just with life in general. They have a lot more experience, and you know, they know a lot. They're very knowledgeable, and their roles are very different from mine in one way or another. And, you know, it's just cool that, you know, talking with them and listening to them, and seeing that, you know, they have a lot more experience in pretty much everything, and they're very smart. It was kind of cool little thought that I had, that, you know, even with all those things, I know pretty much just as much, maybe if not more, than they do. And I don't say that to sound like, you know, some cocky guy or some jerk, but, you know, because business is business, work is work, you know, but we're all just humans at the end of the day, you know. We can put on whatever clothes we want, and, you know, wear whatever expression we want on our face, or put on whatever persona we feel. But, you know, it doesn't take away from the fact that, you know, we're both just humans at the end of the day, trying to get the job done, you know, and get it done well, and just keep on keeping on. So it's pretty cool that, you know, I was able to kind of make that distinction between, say, myself, someone who's more on the lower end of the totem pole as it stands, versus, you know, again, a senior leader within the company. It's pretty cool that, you know, again, every man I meet is my superior, and that I can learn from them, right? But at the same time, you know, we really, at the end of the day, do know the same. At least I feel. And maybe in some cases I might even know more. So it's pretty cool, you know, again, just to have not only confidence in yourself, but just to see that we're more than just individuals. You know, we are a whole. We are one at the end of the day, whether we realize it or not. So it's pretty cool stuff. You know, some other things I noticed from working in the city, I had to take public transportation in and out, and, you know, this was something I've noticed before, but I guess it really kind of hit home with me that, you know, because I was working in the city and I had to go outside of my regular routine to, you know, catch the bus and take the bus into the city, and then, you know, work, and then get out, and then catch the bus going home, and, you know, there's traffic both ways. So, you know, you're kind of in the bus for a prolonged period of time. But, you know, it kind of struck me that there's a lot of people, and again, just it reminds me to just be so grateful, and just remember, you know, how lucky I actually am. But, you know, there's a lot of people that are not in the same position as me, where, you know, they have to wake up early. You know, they really don't get much of a chance to do anything in the morning besides just, you know, shower and get themselves ready for the work day. Sometimes they don't even get to eat breakfast. But, you know, they wake up, they get themselves ready, and then they're right out the door trying to catch their bus into the city, and then they have their however long commute to the city, you know, and then they get to the office, and you know, they go through their whole 9 to 5 and get out of the office and have to hustle to catch a bus back home, and then they're on the bus back home, and then by the time they get home it's a little late, and then so they have time to, you know, eat dinner, maybe toss on Netflix for an hour, and then it's right back to bed, and waking up the next morning doing the same thing. And you know, and at least from my perspective, life can seem kind of shallow and honestly quite dull in my eyes, just living like that 5 days of the week, every week. And so again, it just reminded me how, you know, how lucky I am, and how grateful I should be that, you know, I get to, on a normal basis, you know, sit in this car and make these videos for you guys, and have, you know, a 20-30 minute drive home, and really have a lot more time to dedicate towards myself and my own growth in all these different areas of life. You know, I have time in the morning to wake up early and go to the gym and get breakfast in me, and get myself ready for the day, and drive to work, and, you know, and then go to work and come home and have dinner, and have, you know, a few hours to continue to do what I want, you know, both for myself, for others, and yeah, it's just really cool. It was a little eye-opening opportunity for me to just be more grateful, because that's something that I'm always trying to do more, is just, you know, be a good person, you know, be relaxed, be happy, and be grateful, and say thank you. I really don't think there's any sort of limit to all that kind of stuff. You should always try to do as much as you can, and then do more the very next day. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do. But so that's some changes that happened concerning work. You know, and it's kind of interesting too, because balancing work and, you know, this whole YouTube channel, I guess, what would you call it, personal brand thing, is it's interesting, because I know when I first started all this, which really wasn't too long ago, when I first started this whole YouTube and personal brand thing, I really did it with the hope, the dream, and the faith that, you know, I'll start this, and it'll grow, and it'll allow me to have a great positive impact on as many people as I can, and really also just for myself too, just allow me to kind of get out of this whole 9 to 5 thing, this whole corporate rat race, whatever you want to call it. You know, because I was kind of new at my job, and to be quite honest, I wasn't very good at it yet. I really didn't know a lot. I really didn't understand it. I was very new to everything, and I was very new in that, again, I wasn't overly, say, knowledgeable and good at it, and also because a lot of it just didn't make sense in my eyes. Just this whole life after you graduate college, and, you know, what the normal life of an American would be. It really didn't make sense, and I really didn't agree with it for a time. And so, you know, that's a big part of why I started this channel, is because I'm sure that there's other people that, you know, have the same thoughts as me. And I want to help them out. You know, I want to, again, help out as much as I can with what I have. And you know, if it all works out like I imagine it will, you know, there will also be some benefit for me. And, you know, maybe I can gain more freedom to do exactly what I want to do when I want to do it. And yeah, so we all kind of benefit in the end. But it's interesting relaying it back, because, you know, as I've slowly gained more experience, and again, I'm still pretty new, I'm only 4 months in, give or take, to this whole, you know, adult life thing. You know, I'm really not that far in, but, you know, already I've really learned and experienced a lot, and, you know, I'm getting more knowledgeable and just better overall at my job. And, you know, it's kind of led to more frequent mixed emotions about this whole YouTube thing and personal brand in general. So that's another change I've kind of come to realize recently is, you know, my thoughts and feelings regarding all this have been starting to slip. So I've almost had to, you know, catch myself, you know, especially with these lower frequency videos, or that's not really the right way to put it, but these videos being put out on a less frequent basis, I should say, has combined with, you know, progress being made at work, you know, with myself and my responsibility and my growth. Really, it's really kind of led to more mixed feelings and emotions towards all this. So kind of have to remind myself why I started in the first place, and why I have to keep going and keep changing and keep growing, and you know, why my belief in all this should not fade for a second, because all the possibilities are all still out there, and it's my responsibility to stay true to myself and stay true to you guys, and, you know, live exactly what I preach to you guys, which isn't always the easiest thing, but do that, and, you know, just keep making this thing grow, and keep moving day after day, one step at a time, closer to, you know, my desired outcome with all this stuff. So yeah, you know, it's not always easy. You know, sometimes work flares up, or distractions get in the way, and it results in, say, delays, or not delays, but I don't know, stuff going on this channel and stuff that maybe you might not think is ideal. But, you know, you just gotta roll with the waves of life. You know, don't fight against it. You know, just roll with everything. Roll with everything, and just notice it all, and take note of it, and learn from it in some way, and just get better and better at, you know, really learning how to surf with all these waves, because that's all it really is. It's all just waves, so you just got to know how to surf them, really. But yeah, that's another change. What else? Again, it's getting a little colder out, and so, you know, normally I run twice a week, and say it was a run day. And again, another side change is that because I worked in the city, and I had to be more kind of on a hustle in the morning, I skipped my, or I shouldn't say I skipped, but I swapped my run day with a gym day. So, you know, I went to the gym yesterday instead of running, and it was pretty cool. You know, saw some different things from what I normally see, and yeah, it's always just cool to be exposed to new stuff. You know, if you allow yourself to take away all the good from it, it's always cool. All the new things you see, or new things you notice, or new things you learn or just whatever coincidences, if you want to call them that, or random things, if you want to call them that, that happen, that, you know, end up having a pretty profound impact on things in the end. So, pretty cool. But anyways, coming back, so today I went on a run, except it wasn't outside. It was quite cold. I think it was like 20 degrees by the time I woke up this morning, so quite cold. And I'm lucky enough to have a treadmill in my basement. So I did a treadmill run. And I definitely prefer running outside, but again, because of how cold it was, I think it is treadmill season, pretty much. So I don't normally run on a treadmill. It was my first time doing that in honestly a number of years. But went on a treadmill run, and it was nice to switch things up, you know, get exposed to new things, not be, you know, freezing my butt off outside. If anything, I was actually getting a good sweat on, you know, which is good, of course. But yeah, so doing that one time was again a nice change of pace. And I think, again, after that, even though there's a lot of progress to be made, you know, with my ability to run on a treadmill, it is something that I'm going to do more. I think I'm pretty bought into it being treadmill season. So, you know, I'll be back at it again this week. And if you're really curious, I'll give you updates on how it all goes. But yeah, just more and more change that's going on in my life. Again, whether it be through my own influence and power and intention, or some greater, you know, intention. A lot of change going on. And again, I'm not scared of change at all. You know, change is the only constant thing in life, and really change is, if you allow it to be, change can really be your greatest friend. You know, your best ally, your best teacher, and really the thing that allows you to grow into the person that you desire to be most. So I'm not scared of change. I really have begun to embrace it more and more, and you know, things have gone great so far, and I'm happy to see what else is to come. So even though things are very easy and comfortable, you know, once you get used to everything, and it makes you want to almost stay away from change and avoid it, I really do think it's a very good and a very healthy and a very positive thing to not only allow change to happen when it does occur naturally, but also to almost seek it out. You know, seek out change. Always look for opportunities to switch things up and to learn and to grow and just become a better person in one way or another, and live a better life. So it's all really cool stuff. Kind of reminds me of something. I think we're pretty good with this whole topic of going through change in our life. You know, I just want to talk about it because it's something that I've honestly noticed the past day or two. All this change I'm going through, both, you know, internally as well as externally. I think it's, of course, just good to share with you guys. You know, I'm sure we're all thinking the same thing, and it's just good to know that other people share the same thoughts as you, that you're not alone, you're not crazy, and you know, we can all just learn from each other and grow together. So that's what I really like about this whole thing that I'm doing, and what keeps me coming back day after day. So yeah, you know, some more change is going to be coming to this channel, looking more into changes, you know, to the actual appearance of this channel, as well as stuff that maybe goes on in the background that you might not notice. Say like a different camera, a different microphone. This is all still being done on my phone, by the way, so, you know, more technological changes to be coming, as well as more background stuff concerning this channel. But, you know, all good stuff is coming our way, and, you know, I'm really happy with how the last video went, you know, viewers wise, and also just interactions with you guys. That's really my favorite part in all this. Loftus. So again, I'm excited to keep seeing everything changing and growing for the better. So all cool stuff and a really cool journey that, you know, I'm going on with all this. It's cool because I'm doing it, I'm getting kind of like a jump on it. I'm doing it while I'm young, so you really, even though the frequency of these videos, or again, I should say that these videos don't get made as frequently as they used to, it still really is cool that you're kind of going through all this with me and my whole journey and all my growth concerning all this stuff. You're really seeing a first-hand account through, I guess, really just the modern odyssey of me and really my society, if that makes sense. But what else was I gonna say? Christmas time, you know, doing some gifting for everyone, you know, myself included, I must admit, but all good stuff. Again, this is a really cool time of the year, as with every other time. But you know, had a few other good thoughts today, which I think are good to share. I have a feeling this is gonna be a pretty long video, which isn't a bad thing because there's quite a lot of stuff that I jotted down on my phone and stuff I'm holding in my mind. But so speaking of Christmas and gifting and all that, during my lunch break today, you know, normally I like to go outside. If you pay attention to this channel, I like to go outside during my lunch and, you know, get some sun, some fresh air, and really just kind of get away from the office, to be quite honest, for an hour. But because it was very cold, you know, I just ate my lunch inside, and I had close to like 40 minutes still in my break. So I decided to go to this store. I went to this bookstore to get some gifts for people, and went to the store, ended up getting 2 books, and I'm walking out of the store, and I'm not entirely sure why I'm sure it crossed my mind for a reason, you know, probably a reason that is making me, you know, share this message with you guys. But walked out of the store with 2 books, and first thing I thought, you know, when I walked out of the store was, you know, how much I paid for the 2 books, and how it would be, and how it is pretty equivalent to, say, buying a round of drinks at the bar for, you know, myself and my buddies. And so I kind of had this quick little discussion in my head of, you know, would you rather buy your buddies a round of drinks, or with the same amount of money buy 2 good books for yourself? And I think it was pretty interesting because my answer to myself, my own question, was, well, they're both good in their own way. You know, whether you're at a bar and you buy your buddies a round of drinks, or, you know, you're at the bookstore and you buy yourself 2 books that you feel are going to be very beneficial and a good read. You know, they're both, say, if you want to put a number on it, $30. They're those 2 different ways to spend $30 in their own right and in their own respect are both money well spent. You know, I know some initial thoughts might be, you know, money, like buying 2 books for yourself is money better spent than buying your buddies a round of drinks. But, you know, I think that's kind of the beauty behind it, is that, you know, money doesn't buy happiness. It's money well spent. You know, it's not necessarily money spent on beer or just a bunch of paper. It's money being spent towards friendships and relationships, and it's money being spent towards knowledge and self-growth. And of course, in moderation, everything in moderation, but when you really break it down into those two things, it's all just money well spent. It's all a balance. You can definitely buy yourself and your buddies too many drinks, as you can buy yourself too many books. But they're both very meaningful things to spend money on. So while I'm not trying to justify spending a bunch of money on either of those things, I do think that it is good to realize kind of the deeper meaning of not just what you're spending money on, but how you're choosing to live your life. Because I don't want to say unfortunately, but because of the way things are kind of structured here, money is kind of the fuel to do what you want to do. It's kind of your ticket to the level of freedom that you have in your life. More money allows you to purchase new things, but again, money doesn't buy happiness. It's money well spent that buys happiness. So I'm not telling you to spend your entire paycheck going to the bar and buying books. What I'm saying is that, of course, first off, be grateful for the money that you receive and what you already have, and just try to just make the most use out of your money. Not necessarily be a cheapskate, but just make purchases with deeper intent. So hey, if you want to go to the bar and hang out with your good friends and really embrace your friendship and enjoy and just be around the closeness and the love of people that you appreciate and you care about, then do it. And if you want to expand your knowledge around some things and grow as a person, then go to the bookstore and buy some books and do that too. Yeah, I'm not really sure honestly where to go from there, but just to bring it back, I think that is with the question of, is $30 better spent buying your buddies a round of drinks or buying yourself 2 good books? If one is better than the other, I would say they're both equal in their own right and in their own respect. They're both good things and good $30 to spend in their own way. So yeah, just I guess embrace that idea a little more. Some other things that have crossed my mind today. I know this has been not exactly a focused and a directed video, which kind of goes against what I was saying, that these videos are going to be from now on is, more focused and directed. But again, I think that there's been a lot of thoughts flowing through my head, especially today, concerning a lot of things. So kind of just tossing a bunch of spaghetti at you guys, throwing a lot of spaghetti on the wall, and hopefully something will stick. But yeah, it hasn't been a bad video whatsoever. But yeah, another thing that crossed my mind today was not really too much to it, but just just on the topic that I've been preaching a lot of, the power of your mind and the power within you, and that the idea, and really more of the fact that we all want and we all desire all these different things in our lives, but it's very important to note that you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm not going to go too deep into it. Maybe that'll be the topic of another video. Who knows? But yeah, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. If you're always in a state of wanting, you're just going to be stuck in a state of wanting. You're never going to have enough. You're never going to be satisfied. You're never going to be happy. You're never going to feel fulfilled. So leave those states and those feelings of want, and you start implementing in yourself feelings of having things and being things, and you start behaving, you start becoming the person who has the things that you desire, or is the person that you desire, then that's what you attract to you, internally and externally. That's kind of one of the secrets to really the secrets to attraction, is that you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So that's that. We're starting to get near home, so I'm trying to think of the rest of the stuff that's in my head. What else? All this stuff about attraction and using the power of your mind, and there's a lot of different names and kind of sciences that you can kind of put behind it. I think they're all saying the same thing at the end of the day. And I know another popular way to emphasize everything and to explain everything is by calling it self-hypnosis. And a point to make with it is that everything concerning you and your life is all nothing but self-hypnosis, from the thoughts in your head to the words that you speak to the emotions and the feelings that you feel, and really just the behavior and the actions that you take. It's all just a form of self-hypnosis. So it's good to ask yourself, really as often as possible, what exactly you're hypnotizing yourself with, because it's really that kind of stuff, those repeated thoughts and feelings and actions that wire your brain and wire your mind to really create your life and your reality and yourself that you currently are and that you are on track to become. So it's really good just to be aware of that stuff and and question it and challenge yourself, and always keep it in the back of your mind of what exactly you're thinking about, what exactly you're attracting to yourself right now, how exactly you're choosing to hypnotize yourself right now. Like, it's It's not the easiest thing, for beginners, but again, as you do it more and more, and you become more aware and knowledgeable and really just better at it, it gets easier and easier, and it becomes more a habit, and you can really start to control your life more and more. And eventually you get to the point where you realize that every little detail about yourself and your life and the world around you, it's all within your control. There's nothing that's not in your control. And the reason it's in your control is because you control your thoughts and your reactions and the meaning that you give everything and the impact that you will have because of it and the outcome that you will receive because of it. So it's all in your control. It's a little bit of a hard pill to swallow, but as you're kind of like me and you dip your toe more and more into this stuff and you learn more and you kind of get better at everything before you move on and get better at new things, you really start to realize more and more that it's true. So yeah, I guess one more thing that just came to mind, and I guess I'll end it with this. Just could keep it short and sweet, but it's a really good thing to learn exactly what it is that you have a burning desire for, and from there burn the boats and make that desire happen. Make it come to life, make it become true and become real and become your reality. Find your burning desire and then burn the boats. Give yourself no other option than to achieve what you wish to achieve, to do what you wish to do, and to live and become who you wish to become in the life you wish to live. Yeah, so with all that, remember that there's a lot more to than you think. Ask me questions, give me taps on the shoulders. Know that I'm always in your corner. I'm always rooting for you guys. I know I'm a little rusty at these outros, but I'm excited to see all the good stuff that's to come with this channel. So if you made it this far and you've bared with me with all these kind of random and maybe out of context thoughts, thanks for sticking around so long. We'll see how the next video comes out, if it's more directed or not, but it's all good stuff. So with all that, wish you guys nothing but the best, and we'll talk soon. Bye.